Well, as the great Dennis Cometti would say, it has all come down to this. He probably didn't mean sprint car racing context, but we're going to take it anyway. It is standing room only here at Bendigo Bank Arena in Latrobe, Tasmania, for the 2014 Eagle Products Australian Sprint Car Championship. They are 4 wide. The guys have got the iPhones out. You can see the whole place glittering. What a moment we're set for here, Chat Nailon.
Well, this is the big moment of the year. Who's going to take Australia #1 on their tail tank for the rest of the year? We know that it's going to change because James McFadden not in this race, but we've got 40 laps to sort all this out, and tyres is the talking topic right now. We're expecting this track to take rubber. What we mean by that is that the actual content of the dirt surface will take on a grippy rubber, and it's bad for tyre wear. So do you go with the hardest compound, which means you're going to be slow early on, or do you go for a medium compound tyre, which means you can maybe pass a few cars early on, which someone like Robbie Farr or Brooke Tatnell might have to do off the 3rd and 4th rows maybe. But that's going to be the big talking point right now, hard tyre or medium tyre.
And the damage that you can do as well to your own performance with a harder compound tyre is if you get many restarts, the tyre can seal over, or it takes a lot longer to actually come on. So it is such an educated gamble. You're really rolling the dice and praying you don't get snake eyes. Murcott, so far the Tasmanian dream is well and truly alive. Ian Madson's number 29 on that pole position. His brother Kerry, of course, was an Australian champ back in 2003. And Dino would love to do it for Watson's Express Transport, QSS. And as always, East Coast Logistics, Dave Horrell, who has a financial interest in both cars on the front row.
It would be something else if that number 83 on the outside of row 1 can take the checkered flag. 40 laps, here we go.
Murcott goes from the outside to the inside. He had lane choice. He went to the outside. There was nearly contact with Dobson and Hutchins. We're underway. Lap 1 of 40. And everybody upstairs except for Dobson.
There's not a lot of grip down low, and track position is going to mean everything. If this track does take rubber, passing will be at a premium, and it's going to be so difficult to overtake later. So track position in these early laps, vital.
Traffic is going to be a big part of this race. Far in behind Loudon. There is Matson up on the wall, running the cushion, and Murcott away early. You can't afford to go too hard. More than ever before, you've got to look after both your left and right rear tyres.
It's such a difficult choice to make. Do you push hard early to get one or two positions, or do you go into conservation mode? And at the moment, Dave Murcott at the front of this field with a very handy lead, and a couple guys starting to find battles on this racetrack. Ian Loudon, that's Ian Loudon, the Shannon Pete owned number 65. It's a West Aussie car, and behind him is a man who would love to get back onto the podium. He finished on the podium 20 years ago for the first time at Warrnambool. We're talking about Robbie Farr.
Max Stumsney has a very proud history in any state he races in, but certainly his career has been phenomenal. Almost 30 years and so much championship success on a state and national and World Series level. He's had a pretty solid weekend so far, but it's going to be a big call for the Valvoline 5 to get up from here.
Tell you what, this track might be taking rubber a little bit earlier than what some of these teams may have hoped. So whether or not they went for a harder compound tyre, we're about to find out. I wonder what this car has. David Murcott, back in 2007, he ran the hardest compound tyre, and it saw him finish 7th in the end. He dropped spots because of it. I wonder if he's gambled with a harder tyre to have that grip level at the end of the race, or did he just want to stay and hold on to whatever track position he can? Is that cool chassis of the Cricket Motorsports number 2. He gets very, very close to the back of Robbie Farr.
Yeah, Brooke had a bit speculated just then. Of course, the sting would still be in Murky's eyes from when James McFadden pickpocketed that title off him at Archerfield Speedway last year. So there's plenty riding on this for David Murcott.
He led 33 laps of that race at Archerfield, and James McFadden stole it off him at the death. He stalked him like he's in the Serengeti and pinched his pocket, and hopefully Murcott is using that to feed him right now. He's already clear of one lapper, and here we go. Battle for second on the racetrack right now between Ian Madsen, and it looked like it was Loudon who was on the outside trying to take that position away, and Dobson also fighting with Trevor Green.
They're all like water diviners out there right now, just waiting to hit that sweet spot when they realise the car grips up a little bit more on the bottom part of the racetrack when it takes rubber, and then you need to be the first person to get down there and grab it. Farr has plenty to do with Brooke Tatnell searching to the back, also crediting his racing here this weekend with the general John Day as Tatnell goes to the outside. and picks up the move on Robbie Farr.
Yeah, beautiful move. That move started in turn one when Robbie Farr clipped the tyres and saw him stall slightly in the middle of the corner, and Tatnall could use that momentum to pick up that position, but he's still got a few more to go in this one, trying to win another Aussie title. Sean Dobson and Trevor Green make contact. This one's not over. Nick Lacey trying to make up a spot as well. His dad won this event in the Northern Territory back in 1987.
Look at Brooke now coming after Loudon. The Quickie Motorsport number 2 sweeps to the outside on Ian Loudon. How hard are you prepared to push your tyres? And how much do you have to lay off and try and look after them and still be in a position late in the race? Right now, we've had no restarts. There's been no chance to make up track position. Brooke all over the back as Loudon settles the ship just a bit now. Far in behind him, Murcott and Madsen, first and second right now.
It's great watching Brooke Tatnall pass all these cars, but I would wager that he has the medium compound tyre on because he's got so much speed early. I guess he didn't really have a choice starting a few rows back, but this will cost him later in the race as Robbie Farr gets that spot back off him.
It's such an educated guess, isn't it? What are you going to do with your car? Are there going to be restarts? You can't predict that. Farr goes around the outside of Alexander. That was very close just then. He's getting away from Brooke a little bit now. Loudon still running very solidly inside the top 3. Well, English racing engines a big part of the top 3 right now as well. That man right there, Ian Madsen, with support. And you throw in the likes of our race leader, David Murcott, Scotty Inglis, who's suffering from pneumonia back in Queensland right now. Wouldn't he love to get a win here?
And Glenn Inglis actually crew chief this weekend for Dave Murcott, so that's a bit of an unusual one to actually see him working the spanners this weekend for Murky. It's a long relationship that those two do have. Driving a different car this weekend, Dave Murcott had a chance to familiarise himself with that car in the prelude on Wednesday night with heavy traffic ahead of him, and it's really important to do that. It might be the same chassis and same engine package, but every car is different.
Here we go, Murcott now coming into traffic here. On board as usual, mainline, Dynalog, dynamometers, Andrew right behind him, as long as great support from Dave Horrell, who got him into a Maxim chassis. Dave has run Eagles over the last couple of years. He's coming to a Maxim now and really has got himself hard on the gas, and a championship prospect is well and truly a possibility. There is the Jackson Motor Corporation, number 55 at Bricknell. Just to get to the big race is a really big effort for that Tasmanian family team.
And Mark House doing a good job with that T14 car inside the top 10 at the moment. Mozzie House coming off the back of a lacklustre World Series debut when he toured the whole country. He's so proud of his home state of Tasmania, and I'm sure that he'd be loving this right now, mixing it with the best Mozzie House and doing a very good job. And I'm sure racing with a lot of emotion. His late father looking down on him today. Hopefully Mozzie can keep it together for the last few laps.
Rubber is down, Chad. There's no doubt about it. When you look at where everybody is on the racetrack, nobody can really chance their hand up too high. Murky down low. Oh, Luttrell hit the wall in the 45. Murky managed to sneak through. He's going to come up now on Bricknell. It's got that big Angry Man photography logo on the top wing. Now we see Red Park battling there with Jamie Veal and Danny Reedy thrown in for good measure.
Jamie Veal's been buoyed by some recent success. He's on the podium at the Grand Annual Classic, on the podium at World Series Lismore, won a preliminary 8 main down at Waterville as well. He's a feature race winner at Parramatta. He knows how to get the job done. There's some good experience racing in America as a lead, as a fighting through heavy traffic at the moment as Veal's still fighting away with Red Park.
Yeah, Red Park, a whole lot of experience that Jamie Veal doesn't have around this particular speedway. On board with Murky, looking over that left rear tyre. You've got to look after your left rear as well, because if they both blister, you really are in struggle town. 40 laps. It's a long, long way around this racetrack. And so far, no restarts.
Gee, the traffic is heavy. Here's Robbie Farr trying to claim his 6th ever podium at an Australian title. He's got a few more cars in front of him, still trying to work through this traffic. And Sean Dobson coming into the back of these guys.
Tatnall going by Loudon as well. So Brooke Tatnall starting to get going in that number 2. We're on board with Sean Dobson. Live wire Tasmanian. There is Brooke in behind the Jason Redpath, number 11, Wiley Tales entry. Farr is just ahead of that battle now. And look at Max going by Loudon. You get the feeling now, Loudon's right rear is really crying.
This is all tyres right now, and the man who knows who's he is better than none, I suppose, and Max Dumsey would be the man on a charge. And was that The 83 getting a little bit tight in turn 1 as well, so that goes to show just how much rubber, and there it is, first and second. The split by Jamie Bricknell at the moment.
Ian Matson is so good on slick racetracks, but now we've got rubber down. They're just tiptoeing through the lap traffic right now. Murky's right rear looked very soft at well. The car really laid over on the right rear. That last time our outside shot just showed that. And we're yellow. Yellow lights are on the speedway. Here comes a critical restart. And watch some of these guys duck for the infield and try and cool these tyres. Loudon.
Well, Ian Loudon's night has come to an end, and look at that right rear. That is almost down to being a drag racing slick tyre at the moment. That's incredible.
She's Telly Savalas, that's for sure. She's Kojak. That car just spun, no tread at all. Left on the right or left rear.
He tried, look at that, he's trying to let the car fall back as far as he could as to not bring out a caution flag, but the restart will happen anyway. And oh my goodness me, two guys that fought it out in the prelim are going to fight for this win once again. Dave Murcott, could this be the year? He's been on the podium the last 2 times he's raced at this title, and he's come back to the track where he first ever drove a sprint car. Man, this is fairy tale country.
Can he hold on? Can any of them hold on with their tyres? Murcott squirts away. How hard do you have to go? You've got to gamble. Do I go hard and just get after it and hope the universe looks after me? Or do I sit back and hope no one goes by? Brooke, forget the percentage. You saw the smoke. That tyre is in pain. He's going after it. He can't afford to sit behind these guys because what's he going to do? Here is Dobson now in the top 5.
That's what we like to time. We're not racing for series points in a championship. Just get out there and push as hard as you can to try and finish on the podium or even claim the win. This isn't the kind of race where you care about finishing second. We heard Brooks say it earlier. He doesn't want to have number 2 in his car. He wants to have number 1. At the moment, that guy's going to be changing his car from 83 to number 1 if he can hold on to this lead. Oh, big one. Huge accident on the backstretch.
Jason Redpath, that is a massive unload there.
Oh, a bit of an oil fire down the left-hand side of the headers as well.
He looks a little bit motionless in that car right now. Wouldn't surprise me if he's had a little bit of a nap just there because he may well have been KO'd. That was a huge impact in the number 11. Fire crew onto that scene quickly there at the moment, looking over the top just to make sure he's okay. He just drilled the wall there.
That is massive. How's the height that car got? And it's probably that hit there. That was the really jarring one. It came down on the cage.
Oh, man, this one here you're talking about.
Yeah.
Boom. Ooh. Jason had been around the game a long time. His dad is an absolute legend of Tasmanian Speedway. And look at this, the credit to the strength of sprint cars. He gets out and walks away from what was a frightening wreck. There are not many laps left to go now, and those right and left rear tyres are blistered, to say the very least. It's a game of can you hold on? You know what? Ian Madsen will know what Murcott's tyres are like. He won't know what Ian's tyres are like.
And we're hearing a few people, including team owners, standing up on the fence. They can see canvas on these right rears when they're coming past. It sounds like a few of these tyres are on their last legs. Can Dave Murcott hang on? He was born in Melbourne. He moved down here at 2 years old, was raised in Devonport, Tasmania. Could it be Tasmania, the place, the home for his first ever Australian title? Will that right rear tyre hold on?
In the fine art world, there's been plenty of masterpieces played out on a canvas. I'm not too sure in sprint cars that holds true. Look at the lead he's got over Ian Matson. Murcott stretching the legs. Very proud dad here this weekend. He'll be thrilled as well as his boy can hold on. Look at the lead. He's not exactly holding back. He's just got to go for it. Matson back in that second spot. Long way back to that second spot right there. Murky. Now he slows it right up with yellow.
Yellow. Again, we've got... Oh, it's Brooks Hatnell. His tyre's gone. The right rear, it's finally given up. We said that he might be on a softer compound, and that proves it. So one's gone. How many more are going to go?
He had an Australian title win at Murray Bridge where it was a tyre frying affair as well. This particular time, it doesn't come up for the Quickie Motorsport Toyota Genuine Parts car. And look at Murky. He just got to keep drumming into his head, I can do this, I can do this. And Ian Matson has got that same self-belief. Look, he's lurking in third. Oh,
goodness me.
No tyre tread at all left as Brooke climbs out wearing that helmet that tributes his dad. Some amazing artwork on that helmet. Some wonderful old photos of George and Brooke. Restart. Only a handful of laps to go.
This is too much to handle. This is incredible. The race isn't really between the drivers right now. It's between a man and his right rear tyre. How much longer is that right rear of Murcott, or Madsen for that matter, going to hold on?
And Murky's wife, Sally, is not even at the Speedway. She's in mainland Australia with the phone turned off. She doesn't want to know. Thank goodness she's not watching. It would be nail-biting for her. Murcott drives away. Second spot is still Madsen. Third is Robbie Farr. Dobson has been solid. He's doing a pretty handy job of this one as well.
He drove his first Aussie title in 1991 in Tasmania. He takes the white flag. That tyre looks like it's going to hold on. Could this be the day for Dave Murcott?
Fairy tales do come true, Chad. And look at the elation from Murcott. The left arm pumping the breeze. Madsen second, Robbie Farr third, back to Green. Dumsney, Hutchins a strong drive as well. Kurt Luttrell over the tyres. Look at Murky, raw emotion.
How much does Dave Murcott deserve this Australian Championship? So many years trying, a couple podiums recently, but nothing's taken it away from him today. And look, Ian Madsen not making the final standings.
A flat right rear tyre. The tyre blew after the checker. The car went across the scales. It didn't make the minimum weight. That is heartbreaking for Ian Madsen. He so deserved to run a podium here. Let's go down to David Mills with your new Australian champion.
No, I really wanted to get the lead because he knew the rubber was going to come, and I just had to sit there and be patient, and we found it at the right time, I think, and from then on I was just save the tyre and conserve and keep it straight. I used to watch this man here and my dad race around here, Tony Smith, Phil Coates, everyone that I grew up with. This is where I grew up, and like I said, my dad ran his first ever race here. I think it was the 77 Australian title. Didn't have a wing on his super modified back then, and I won my first Australian championship here, so it's kind of, I guess, it doesn't bookend it because it's not finished yet, but I'm pretty happy.
Look, fantastic result for the team. We're very happy. Great for Tasmania and Latrobe to have such a good crowd here tonight. Special thanks to High Tech Oils, Vermeer, and everyone that supports the team. But look, we realistically ran third in the race, I believe, because Ian went light, so that was it was hard for them guys to take, but. It is what it is, and either way, it's a good result for our team, and we'll move on to the next one.
Sally Murcott, please pick up your phone. Your husband is the new Australian champion, and Trevor Green and Robbie Farr, both very emotional, not only for Murcott's win, but for Ian Madsen's unfortunate exclusion at the end.
Yeah, but what it means is that we have one of the oldest podiums that we've probably seen in the Australian title in a sport with so much emerging youth.
Most experienced.
I know, yes, that's how we'll put it. The combined age of these three, 125 years old. It's the oldest podium we've seen since we last raced here back in 2007. Wade, you said this track's about experience. That proves it.
Wow, what an amazing 2 nights of competition. The title heads to Quint Bunbury Speedway in February 2015. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage. It's been an epic title, that's for sure. On behalf of Sprint Cars Australia, Eagle Products, Cooler Gators, all the wonderful sponsors involved in Tassie, it's been an awesome event. We look forward to your company for next year's Australian Sprint Car Championship.
40 laps, here we go.
Murcott goes from the outside to the inside. He had lane choice. He went to the outside. It was nearly contact with Dobson and Hutchins.
Big one. Huge accident on the back stretch.
Jason Redpath, that is a massive unload there.
That is massive. How's the height that car got? Sean Dobson and Trevor Green make contact. This one's not over. Could this be the day for Dave Murcott?
Fairy tales do come true, Chad. And look at the elation from Murcott. The left arm pumping the breeze. Look at Murcott, raw emotion.
How much does Dave Murcott deserve this Australian Championship?